I am so happy that you are joining me today. I am Rita Ernst. I'm the author of Show Up Positive, and this is the Monday Minute. Every week I come to you at this time with 8 to 10 minutes of quick inspiration to help you show up positive this week for yourself and for other people around you. And the first one is the word believe. And as I say in the book, it's really powerful when somebody says, I believe you. And even more powerful when somebody says, I believe in you. And in the workplace, both of those things are important to have happen. If you have a really difficult interaction with a customer or with a coworker, and you reach out to somebody on your team to ask for help and to express what's troubling you, it's important to feel believed as you share your story. And it is equally important to know that people around you believe in you, believe in your capacity, in your capability, and are willing to support you. So it's the holiday time. Do you believe in Santa Claus? I always told my kids Santa Claus was real for as long as you needed him to be. He would be real for you. And when my kids believed in Santa Claus, that's who the presents came from. When they stopped believing, then all the presents came from us. But, that's what belief is really about. But I want to talk about some specific behaviors that really help you communicate that I believe in you and I believe you message. So, you know how I like contrast, the do's and the don'ts. So if the do is listen attentively, the don't is don't interrupt. Right? When you want to communicate to somebody, I believe you, you need to give them full space to say what they need to say. The next one, ask questions to understand. And the opposite of that is weaponizing questions. And we've all seen examples in TV programs and stuff where somebody has been harmed or injured, and there's a little bit of victim blaming going on, and questions are really weaponized against the person. Well, how did you dress? Did you drink? Those kinds of questions. So don't weaponize questions. Really think about that. Before you ask a question, what is your intention? Are you coming from a place of curiosity, which is okay, or is there a judgment that you're holding that's leading you to want to ask that question? And if you hold a judgment, suspend that, right? Because what you are saying to the person is, I believe you, which means I'm holding back my judgment. The next one, and if you're listening live, hey, hit me up in the comments, let me know you're here so I can welcome you to the show. The next one is confirm your understanding versus responding argumentatively. So I hear you doesn't mean I agree with you. It means I'm listening and I hear you. Thank you for sharing that. It doesn't mean I agree with you. So you can acknowledge what somebody is saying and be that full receiver without having to agree with them. You can just acknowledge that full listening. But when you don't say those words, I hear you, and instead you start arguing your point of view that differs from that person, you are definitely setting up a defensive exchange that is not going to feel like I believe you or I believe in you. And it really helps to reflect on when you've been in these situations. The next one, focus disagreement on the ideas versus personalizing disagreement. It's easy to make it personal. Somebody's challenging me personally when they're challenging my ideas. And it's easy to use language that makes it feel that way. So don't fall into that trap, right? When we're having this exchange that says, I believe in you. I believe that you are an outstanding professional. You have a point of view worth understanding. I am listening to that point of view. And when I disagree, I'm going to disagree with the ideas, not disagree with you as a person. I'm not going to challenge who you are as a person. And then the last one is own your no. And the opposite of this, of course, is speaking behind people's backs or taking the conversation offline behind somebody instead of openly saying, I appreciate you telling me all of that, and still I have a different point of view. Because it's okay. You're allowed to have a different point of view. So this is Rita Ernst. This is your Monday Minute. The inspiration word for this week for the holiday season is believe. And how can we communicate, I believe in you and I believe you, as we support one another? Because, sometimes depending, especially my poor retail people and my healthcare people, I know can get really uber crazy where you are. So having your coworkers believe you when you're talking about the nonsense that you're dealing with is a very helpful thing to help you process through it. But I hope you guys have an amazing week. Practice believing. And if you need a little inspiration to remind you that we're picking holiday words and this word is believe, just look at all those beautiful holiday lights in the evenings as you are coming home in the dark, and remember that it's the holiday season. And the first thing that we're sharing in inspiration is believe. Have a wonderful week, and thanks for joining me. I'll see you back here next week. Bye.